How you guys doing? I'm Dino, and this is Watching Wrestling, where I watch wrestling. I watch it, and then I talk about it. I watched SmackDown, so I'm going to talk about SmackDown September 6th, 2016. That's the SmackDown that I watched. A lot of hand movement. Let's just talk about the show. So we start the show off with Daniel Bryan. He's in the ring, and he's calling out all the women because they're doing a six-pack women fight for the women's championship. And he's building the match, and he calls out Becky Lynch, who I like. Becky Lynch, man. I think she's a great wrestler, but it seems like they're trying to build her. They're trying to make her into something I don't think she is. She's not like a main event player in my eyes. Like, she's really good, but I feel like her personality is it's kind of out there. I don't really like it. Like, every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, I'm cringing. I'm like, just don't talk. Cause like, she talks, but then she has like that very thick accent, so she's trying to like, she's trying to talk loud and clear and pronunciate stuff, things that I can't do, which is why I talk funny sometimes. And she's great, but because, I don't know, when she opens her mouth, I'm like, why? Just fight. So Becky comes out, and she cuts a promo. It's a good promo. Talks about how everything kind of happens for a reason, why it took her so long, and hopefully on SmackDown she's going to become the first WWE Smackdown Women's Champion. Which, the way things are going, probably will. I kind of hope Natalya wins, because I feel like she deserves it more. Like, she's been trying to get a championship for so long. I'm calling it. Early prediction for Backlash. Backlash. Backlash is racist. Early prediction for Backlash. Natalya is gonna win. I'm just calling it. Speaking of Natalya, she comes out, does the heel thing, and then Alexa Bliss comes out. She's doing heel stuff, and then Carmella, and then heel stuff, and then all three of the heels are about to attack Becky, who's like, it's like the weirdest thing. She's like egging them on, and then she's like, oh, and then she fucking sneaks past them. I don't know what Becky's doing. And then they're about to beat up Becky Lynch, and then Naomi comes out, and then Nikki comes out, and I guess it's set up for the match that we were going to have later that night, which is a 6-women tag match. The faces, Becky, Naomi, and Nikki versus Alexa, Carmella, and Natalya. That was okay. For a segment, it was kind of awkward. Just to be honest. So after that, we had Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. Shane McMahon just fumbles his words. He doesn't even know what kind of match they're having. Like, he calls it like a 6-champion women match, tag team tonight tag match. I think those were like his exact words today. And then Miz comes out. Miz, man, I'm so disappointed, because he cuts this promo and now he's just being regular Miz. I don't know what I expected for the WWE to do. I was kind of hoping they would do the CM Punk thing, because the CM Punk, he cut a promo on Raw, and it seems real, and the entire people need to remember, after he cut the pipe bomb promo, like he was still delivering great promos. Like, he was still kind of pushing that boundary between real and fake. With the Miz, he cuts his terrific promo, and he's just doing regular Miz stuff. And which, regular Miz stuff, I still like. I don't dislike the Miz. I was just hoping they would do something. And I know the Miz is not CM Punk, so I can't expect him to be that. So the Miz comes out, kind of complaining about that he has to fight Dolph Ziggler, because Dolph Ziggler doesn't deserve a chance. And I can't argue with the Miz. Dolph Ziggler does not deserve a chance. Like, so last week he calls him out for a fight, and then why would the Miz fight him? He has no reason to fight Ziggler. Like, he has everything to lose. Like, he's a champion. Like, why would he even And because Dolph Ziggler calls out The Miz last week, now we have a match at Backlash. And basically that was the whole point of that segment, with Shane and Bryan. It was just kind of building up the Backlash match. So after that, we had The Miz again fighting Apollo Crews, which was a really good match. This is the match that they should have had at SummerSlam because it was well worked at a good pace. And it was kind of ruined with Ziggler being out there on commentary. It's not, because Ziggler was doing great. Like, he's a great talker, and I can see him have a career as a commentator, no doubt about that. But the entire time I'm trying to watch the match, and JBL is like giving Ziggler all these questions, and then Ziggler's trying to answer them, and it took away from the match a little bit. And it was a great match, and then the finish, Ziggler gets hit by The Miz, and then Ziggler is like trying, attack The Miz, and then Apollo Crews comes out with the baseball slide, and The Miz backs, like he like moves away. He moves away, and then he pushes Apollo Crews onto Dolph Ziggler, and then he rolls back. Well, why am I doing? He rolls back Apollo Crews into the ring, hits the skull. What's called skull crushing finale, and then he wins. And then they had a little thing with Dolph Ziggler goes back in the ring, and the Intercontinental Championship is like right in the middle of the ring, and Ziggler's like protecting it. He's like, "Yeah, this is my championship," and then he's like, "You want to come get it?" And then The Miz, he gets his girlfriend or his wife to get the championship. I like what they're doing with The Miz and Maurice. I like that. Like, The Miz back normal, but at least it's like witty, clever The Miz. I don't know what to expect. So after that, we had a interview with AJ Styles and with Renee Young, and it was about how last week Dean Ambrose hung AJ Styles on the rope, and Dean Ambrose crushed AJ's testicles, and AJ gets mad, so he calls out this backstage crew member who he blames for like showing the clip, and then he basically threatens to break his headphones. Like, AJ Styles, man, he just trolling. Like, he's just calling out random people. Like, the entire, like, he does it, another segment I want to talk about, but like, that's what he does now, I guess. He just goes backstage, like, being an asshole. He, like, I don't know, like, back when Ryback was relevant, they were trying to do like the Ryback bully thing, where Ryback was just going around backstage and bully people. I'm sure if you type in the Ryback bully, and it was funny. It was kind of like awkward, but like Ryback, I don't know. Like, I like that stuff because it was Ryback being an asshole, and that's basically what they're doing with AJ Styles. They're just making him an asshole. And it was fine for what that was. So after that, we had an American Alpha package, kind of hyping them up because we're gonna have Usos versus American Alpha. So then after that, we had an Uso segment. It was okay. They were talking backstage how they got drafted, like, after the American Alpha, and how it's their time to do something, how it's their time to be relevant. And after that, we had Bray Wyatt, who cuts a promo, calls himself a god, the eater of worlds, saying he's going to eat Randy Orton. Like, listen, I love Bray Wyatt, and I'm gonna say this because I see Bray Wyatt a lot like I see Enzo and Big Cass right now, which is I like all of them. I like Bray Wyatt, I like Enzo and Big Cass, but they run their mouth a lot, and that's okay because they're really good at running their mouth. But eventually, people want to see them win matches, and Bray Wyatt just keeps losing matches. It doesn't matter what he says. I can't take Bray Wyatt serious. I can't be like, oh yeah, so yeah, you get him. You know what I mean? I can't root for Bray Wyatt because like the guy just keeps losing matches. And yeah, I mean, and the promo was good and it was interesting, and Bray Wyatt's a great talker and a great storyteller, but he needs to win. Like, win. And I hope he wins. I don't think he will, but I hope he does. So after that, we had a 6-woman tag match with the faces, Becky, Nikki, Naomi versus heels, Natalya, Alexa, and Carmella. If you watch my other videos, which I doubt you have, I'm not a big fan of 6 women matches. I'm not a big fan of tag matches that don't women tag matches because, like I said, if there's no champion, if there's no women's tag team championship, there should not be women's tag match. But I guess SmackDown doesn't have enough time, so they have to incorporate all these women. The match was really good, actually. It was a fantastic match, well worked. Um, and it's really predictable how they put all the faces on one side and how the heels. They should change it up. Like have like a heel on the face team and have like a face on the heel team, and like that would be like more interesting. And like I don't know why like at the beginning of the match the faces come out, Becky, Nikki, and Naomi. They come on and they're like hugging, like yeah, you go girl. Like bro, you about to fight each other at Backlash in a week. Y'all shouldn't be like happy, right? Y'all shouldn't like yeah, it's a match and you guys need to work together, but I don't need you guys to be hugging and you know what I mean. And Naomi. Okay, so I put on a note and I want to talk about Naomi's entrance, man. That is like the most exhausting entrance in history of entrances. I get tired for her because she's like twerking and shaking and sliding and wiggling her titties, and I mean it gets me hyped, but like at the same time I'm like, how can she has to be exhausted after that match. She's doing like kick-ups and all bunch like it's fine, it's really cool, but like calm down, Naomi, bro. You got a match you gotta face. You can't just be doing all this crazy shit before this match. Just slow your roll. Maybe turn it down a notch. Keep the twerking. I like the twerking. I like the but how about we stop? How about we stop with the kicks and the squats? Although she's been doing them squats, bro, I can tell that. So then we had the Usos versus American Alpha. Listen, the Usos are heel. They are heel. They're full-blown heel. American Alpha ends up winning in like 40 seconds, and then Usos, they come back into the ring, and Jimmy or Jay, I don't know, one of them, like ends up super kicking Chad. Is it Chad? Yeah, I think they super kicked Chad, and then Gable just gets like curved, like they just like it looked weird, like they super kicked the back of Gable's leg, and it looked bad. And then on Smack Talk, Shane McMahon comes out and he says that the American Alpha, even though they won the match, they're not going to be at Backlash. So I think the Hype Bros are taking that place, and I predicted that Rhino and Heath Slater were going to become the tag team champions, but I'm like, well, if American Alpha is winning, I don't really see that happening. I see it happening now. Now it makes sense. Now I see Heath and Rhino winning, and then when American Alpha comes back, they can take the straps from Heath, because by then Heath would already have a contract for SmackDown, so he doesn't even need the champions or the championship anymore. So Usos turn heel. I was really surprised, not surprised. Like you knew it was coming. They kind of hinted at it last week, but now they pulled the trigger. So good for the Usos. I think that's the right step for them. So after that, we had story time with Randy Orton, who tells a tale about a snake patiently waiting. And there's some guy in the story, and the guy doesn't know if the snake is dead, and he leaves him alone. And then the snake. I stopped paying attention, man. Randy Orton, like it was okay. Like I like Randy Orton, but like I don't know. Like I feel like this entire match is like story versus story. Like who has the best story? Like fucking Bray Wyatt comes in and he's like it kind of. I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep, man. There's a lot of stories being told, bedtime stories, story time with Randy Orton. That should be a thing. Story time with Randy Orton. I'd watch that. Just have Randy Orton read like Cat in the Hat or something, and then he and then if you don't fall asleep, he RKO's you. I see that. It's booked that. But for what it was right. Randy Orton, story time, and the story was good. I got what the point of the story is. Like Like, you know, Randy Orton's going to be waiting patiently. And he's going to beat Bray Wyatt with patience and diligence. He's going to wait for the right opportunity, and that's how he's going to beat Bray Wyatt. I kind of expect Randy Orton to beat Bray Wyatt anyway, but it's fine. It's fine. Randy's story was okay. Then we had Fandango. He was dancing with this tattoo lady, and she was shaking her lips, and then she was dead, man. It was like the most random. Like, imagine you're having a conversation with somebody, and you know they're telling you how their day was, and they just dead. Like that's how this was. Like, she's like twerking and shaking her lips and salsa. Like, it's like salsa music. Like, this just doesn't even go with salsa music, man. That lady had no idea what she was doing. And then Fandango was like, "Get up, peasant! Go, be gone with you!" Fandango's, man, he's hilarious. Which is a shame, because Fandango really has a good look. I feel like if they gave him like a serious gimmick, like, he would really take off. I think Fandango probably needs to be released, man. Like release Fandango, have him do his own thing, maybe at Ring of Honor, have him come back with a character. Because look at man, what's his name? Galloway. Look what he became. Everybody's talking about him. That's what Fandango needs. And then Fandango was like, "Who wants to dance? Who wants to dance with Fandango? Who are you?" And then Kane comes out, and then but he doesn't want to dance. He just wants to choke slam Fandango, and that's what he ends up doing. That was fine. Yeah, Kane's just choke slamming jobbers. Yeah, take that. So after that, we had AJ Styles, another segment where he's just trolling, being a dick to people, and he breaks some guy's cell phone because he's looking at pictures of his family, and AJ Styles just being a troll, man, being a douche. I mean, what can I say about that? I don't know. I don't know if it's a problem, because I like AJ Styles, but you're making him into like this comic relief thing, and which is good, because AJ Styles, you know, he can play that character well, but like, this is the guy that beat John Cena. Like, you would think he would be a lot more serious. And yeah, he's doing like being a dick to everybody, but he does it in like a egotistical, arrogant, funny type way. So I think there's something missing with that, but it's whatever. So after that, we had the Hype Bros versus Heath and Rhino. Heath's entire family, all 7 of his kids, all 7 of his kids are lined up, watching their daddy work. Man, they must be so proud. So it's 7. That's the official. That's how many kids he has. We finally know the answer to that. Rhino ends up winning by getting that gore on Zack Ryder. I expected Heath and Rhino to win, but I guess from what I understand, at Backlash we will have the same match. It would be Heath and Rhino versus the Hype Bros again for the Tag Team Championships. So I don't know. I expect Heath and Rhino to win. Like, Heath has just been fantastic the last month. So I hope he gets that contract. I hope they do something with him. Because it's not enough for him just to get the contract. There has to be some kind of plan after that contract thing. So hopefully they have something about that. So after that match, we had another promo with the Usos. And this was like with Renee. They come in where Renee's doing her smack talk backstage area. And this was a really good promo. It was short, but it was sweet and to the point, which really is great for the Usos, because that's how their promo should be. And it was just them. They're done. They're tired of getting booed. They're tired of working or trying to get respect from these other people. They're done with it. And that's the right way to go at it. Like, it makes sense. It's to the point. We know why they turn. We know what they're doing. Great segment. Really short and to the point. Fantastic. So after that, we had Dean Ambrose and AJ segment. Listen, Morero Ranello, man, that boy is like every match he's like dropping some really weird, out of context hip hop references. Like earlier in the night, he referenced like Naughty by Nature, who haven't been relevant in like since the '90s, and now he's talking about Common. Same thing, hasn't been who is he, like, who are these references for? Like, because I love hip hop and I get that, I get the references, but I don't think a lot of the people that watch SmackDown or WWE will get that. You know, I don't think Snoop Dogg really I know he's a fan, but I'm sure he doesn't sit and watch SmackDown. Like, are those references for Snoop Dogg? Is that like a little, there you go, Snoop, D-O-double-G, this one's like, I don't know. Morero needs to calm down with the hip-hop references. Dean Ambrose, and the way they're portraying him is really arrogant. Like, a couple of weeks ago we had him, you know, when they were, I guess, in Vegas and with the chips and throwing money around, and like, and then today, they showed like a little clip backstage where he's doing the hairspray thing, and he's like, I don't know, I can't describe it, but the way they're kind of booking Dean Ambrose, it's really arrogant, more heelish than I expected. And he gives AJ Styles a trophy, a bowling trophy that he got, and he says that this is the only trophy that you will be getting from me, and which was, it was good for Dean Ambrose. That was pretty clever. And then Dean Ambrose cuts a good promo, but the things that he's saying about how he's known for taking people to the limits, how he takes people to places that they've never been before, that might have been true in the Indies, but I have yet to see that in the WWE. I have yet to see Dean Ambrose take anybody to the limit, and that's fine. And it goes back to the thing where I'm saying you can talk the talk, but eventually you're gonna have to walk the walk. And Dean Ambrose talking all this thing about how he's gonna take everybody to the limit, how he's crazy and he doesn't care what he does, and like, I'm sure, and that's true from what I've seen of his indie matches, but I have yet to see that, you know, in the WWE. So until he does that, I don't know what to tell him. Let me see that. Maybe AJ Styles will get that Dean Ambrose. But even that Dean Ambrose, it just doesn't fit today's WWE. It just doesn't. So this segment ends with AJ Styles getting some payback because last week he was caught up in the ropes and he hurt his balls. And this week, AJ Styles kicks Dean Ambrose in his balls. So, there you can. Yeah, so that's SmackDown. I mean, it was, the women's match was good, but the opening was kind of the Usos turning heel was really, I think, what a lot of people are going to talk about when you're talking about this week's SmackDown, because that was a big thing, and the promo that they cut, which was really short, the second one they cut with Renee, was really fantastic. It was a good SmackDown. I mean, was it great? Was it fantastic? No. And had it not been for the Usos turning heel, it really would have been. It wouldn't even be worth watching. But the Usos turning heel, Heath Slater and Rhino moving on, that stuff really pushed it forward. And not to say, because Dean Ambrose really did cut a good promo. It's just that I wish the things that he was saying were true. And I have not seen that out of Dean Ambrose since he came into the WWE. Anyway, guys, that's SmackDown Live. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, or SmackDown. If you guys did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. What didn't you guys like about SmackDown? I hope you guys enjoyed this show, watching wrestling. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Give me a like. Comment down below. Let me know how I did, what I did wrong, what you like, what you don't like, whatever. Let me know. Constructive criticism, guys. I need it. That's how we build. That's how we get better. Subscribe to the channel, because this is for you guys. This is wrestling community that I'm trying to build. But until next time, guys, see ya. I need to work on that.